All right, so now we're going to talk about some of the things we want to know before we start designing for the barn. The first thing is the number of horses you need to house. Now, if you've ever heard of chicken math, there must be a horse math somewhere. So horse math is whatever you have, whatever you plan to have, plus 2. We always want more horses, so it's important to plan for any additional horses that you may want to bring in. The second thing is, what type of personalities do your horses have? Are they escape artists, grumpy with strangers, social butterflies? For example, if you have a social butterfly, you want to make sure that you allow them to be social. This could be grills in between stalls or a yoke in the front. Horse eating habits. Is your horse messy? Do they get grain or just forage? What is your ideal way of giving them that? Is it on the ground, with hay nets? Do you prefer buckets over automatic waterers? Do they need both? This is something you want to think about prior so you know how to plan for how you're going to use your barn. For instance, if you only give hay and you don't do a lot of grain, then it may be worth looking into a larger hay feeder. Or if you plan to use an automatic waterer, you know that you need to have water supplied to each stall. What does your horse's best life look like? Is it 24/7 pasture? A stall at night? Out during the day? Do you need a lot of space or a smaller space? Do they do well on grass or do they need dry lots? Knowing all these things can help you design a space that works best for your horse. Your horse care routine. Think about your daily chores. How and when you do them. Do you empty your horse water buckets every day? Then maybe a drain near the stall is helpful. Or adding water bucket filling spigots so you don't have to drag a hose. It's the little things. Storage. Do you plan on storing feed, hay, bedding, equipment? How much? And how much room do you need for it? Sometimes it helps to think about how much you need to get through a day, a week, or even a month. It's also good to think about your farrier and your bed. Do you need a special place, a hitch post, cross ties? How many cross ties and wash racks do you need? If you're doing a wash rack, do you need hot and cold water? Do you want fans? Do you want a solarium? These are things you want to think about prior so that you can account for electrical and plumbing needs. The tack room. And how much room do you need for that tack? Do you need to store tack trunks? And are they seasonal? These are questions to ask yourself to help you better design a tack room. And lastly, miscellaneous items. Think of things that might be helpful or useful in your barn. A bathroom, washer and dryer, things of that nature. While these may not be things you put in right away, it's good to plan for them. So that's it, guys. I hope that gives you some ideas to think about before you even start designing your barn. Okay, so as I mentioned in the title, there's a free download. If you go to barnyak.com, you click on resources, scroll down to free resources, and you can get a free pre-designed worksheet. So go check it out.